Hi guys, welcome to TechBased. In this video, we're going to talk about a very good software that can help you transfer files from your old PC to your new PC. So whenever we reinstall Windows 11 or get a new PC, a new laptop, we would like to find a way to easily transfer our files from our old computer to our new computer. Well, EaseUS Todo PCTrans is the software that you can use if you want to transfer your data, as I've said, from your old computer to your new PC. In this video, I'm going to show you the functions and the features that this software has. And also, if you want to check it out for yourself, make sure to check it out from the description below, where you'll be able to see that you can also migrate 2 GB of data and 5 programs for free using the free version. And of course, if you want to transfer more data, you're going to have to get the pro version. Whenever you open the software for the first time, it looks something like this. It has a very simple and intuitive interface. You have a few categories in the left side and the main interface in the right side. We have data transfer, which will be basically the main feature of this application, which will allow us to transfer data and of course receive it on our new PC. We have also local migration, which is a feature that allows us to migrate applications to another partition or disk. And we also have more tools. File sharing, which we can use to quickly share files between PCs over the network. System cleanup, large file cleanup, app management, and product key. Basically, that will allow you to save the product key of certain apps in your operating system. So let's begin with data transfer. As you can see, we can transfer applications, files, accounts, and settings from the old computer to the new computer. So for example, I'm going to select that this is the old computer. I'm going to click on next, and here we can choose how to transfer data. We can transfer data via backup, which is working for 2 PCs that are not on the same network, and also you can transfer directly with 2 PCs that are connected via the same network or cable. The direct transfer is the recommended option, but for example, let's say you have your new computer and you plan to buy it maybe the next day. You can plan the backup first of all and then transfer your files to the new computer. For example, you can select transfer via backup, click on next, and then you're going to have to select a file name. So for example, I'm going to select backup old computer, and let's save it on our desktop. Of course, I'm not going to wait for the whole process to be finished. I'm going to click on confirm, I'm going to click on continue, and here, as you can see, we can select what we want to save. So we can choose between applications, and all its settings will be also transferred. We can choose files, we can go into different partitions and select files, or you can select an entire partition, and also accounts. Here you can save your Wi-Fi settings or your Microsoft account, which I think is pretty nice. Of course, when you select a partition, you're going to see that it also calculates the total size, but in this case, I'm not going to do any backup to any partition, but I'm going to do a backup to Google Chrome, for example. I'm going to click on backup, and it's gonna create our file on our desktop as we set it up on our computer. The process, of course, obviously takes time depending on how large the files or the partitions that you want to save are. And of course, in this case, this should take very little time because we have only about 100 megabytes to be transferred. Once the process is finished, you can see here all the tasks and all the steps that the software took, and then we can click on finish. On our desktop, you're going to see that we have the created file. You can see that we also have the restore instructions, which we can use to restore our files, and we also have the setup that we can use on our new computer. Now, of course, let's say this is the new PC and we have to receive the data. I'm going to click on next, I'm going to transfer via backup, click on next, and then as you can see, we're going to have here the backup that we can restore. In this case, it is not needed because I've done a backup from the same computer. But let me also show you, if we select this is the old PC and then transfer directly, click on next, you're going to notice that we can easily use our network if we are on the same network to transfer the file. So this is also an option that you can use. Now, some additional options that this software has, we have local migration, which helps us to migrate an application to another partition or disk. We can click on start, we can select an app. For example, let me select Outlook for Windows, and then we are going to be able to migrate it to another partition. In this case, I'm not able to migrate it because this partition is encrypted by BitLocker, but in other cases, you would just be able to quickly transfer your applications. Talking about more tools, we can share files between PCs over the network, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a backup or files from an old computer. You have here the build connection, send lists, and also receive lists. We also have the system cleanup, which can scan our computer for files, and we can use this option to clean up. As you can see, we have system junk files, browser, and so on. In addition to this, we also have large file cleanup, which will allow us to scan for large files. So for example, let's see what large files I have in local disk C. And as you can see, the largest files are just related to certain applications. applications. And we also have app management, which allows us to uninstall or repair our apps, which is basically an uninstaller, and the product key section. So this is basically EaseUS Todo PCTrans. Of course, make sure to check it out from the description below if you want to try it out for free today. Of course, you can use it to transfer files even for free under certain limitations. So this was the video for today. I hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like below and also subscribe to the TechBased channel with the notification bell activated so that you won't miss any future uploads like this one. I was Emmanuel from TechBased. Until next time, have a nice day.